Hello everyone, Indie Retro here, back at you in another Sonic video. Now I'd like to apologize real quick. I know I haven't really recorded much in a while, or at all for that matter, but I figured now that I'm back, I figured I start off by doing a second part to this video. To this game. Now what you saw in the intro was, and the cutscene was, what you saw in the intro and the cutscene was what you saw on the intro and the cutscene was Sonic 1 and Sonic Origins. Yeah, that's right. I decided to buy it on my Switch and decided to play the game this way. All in the while I'm doing gameplay to the game itself, I'm also doing commentary after I'm done recording the game footage. So it's a win-win for both of us. Anyway, with that said, I'm not too sure yet if I'll do the Game Gear version. And I died there. Now I'm saying this because, well, I can do the Game Gear version since I have Sonic Adventure on both GameCube and the Xbox One. Well, not really the new Xbox One, just the first version of it, basically. But I figured if I were to do the Game Gears, if I were to do the Game Gear versions, I would record it on an emulator. I know that probably sounds lame or whatever, but I figured if I were to do the Game Gears, and I want to get the best ending possible for any Sonic game for that matter, I might as well save state at the start of every Act 2 for each zone. See, it's like this. Unlike the Sonic games for the Genesis, Mega Drive or whatever, on this mode, I hate the most. I'll get back on the topic, but with this mode, it took me 3 attempts just to get this. Now, you don't hear the sound effects and all that because I had to really edit this part, but believe me, for some reason this Chaos Emerald specifically gave me trouble, like a lot of trouble. I'm not sure why it's this emerald specifically, but for this game it always caused me problems. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not that great at the games. Regardless, I managed to get out my 3rd attempt. Anyway, back on the topic of Game Gear games. Well, see, unlike the Game Gear games where you collect 50 rings, unlike the Genesis games where you collect 50 rings and go to the end just to go on the giant warp ring, in the Game Gear version, you have to find the Chaos Emeralds at every Act 2 of each zone. Meaning, Green Hill Zone, you're gonna have to go to Act 2 to collect the Chaos Emerald in the level itself. It's not in a special stage like it is for this game, for instance. Anyway, with that said, I'll attempt to do them in chronological order. I'm not too sure if I'll do them all, but I'm gonna try to do at least a handful. So yeah, as you can see, I'm struggling in this part, and again, this is my 3rd attempt at doing this with the anniversary edition of Sonic Origins. And it's not like I hate this game either or anything like that. It's just this bonus level, for some reason, I always had problems with. And speaking of classic and modern Sonic games, I may consider doing some that I actually own. Because believe me, I have a lot of Sonic games on GameCube. And I also have Sonic Generations on Xbox The only the only game I'm missing so far, to my knowledge, is Sonic Frontiers, the new Sonic game. Although I really do want to buy it, I'm gonna have to wait for that because it's really expensive at the moment. Maybe at some point I'll buy it, but again, if I were to do a Let's Play, it would be a blind recording. Also, speaking of this series, I might also do a Let's Play. Well, I'm definitely gonna do Sonic 3 and Knuckles. However, I'll just show the cutscenes from the intro and ending of Sonic Origins to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The reason to that is because as much as I like Sonic Origins, well, as much as I like the Sonic series, as much as I like the Sonic series, I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles is better off being played in a ROM hack called Sonic 3 Complete. Now, you might have heard about it, you probably didn't, but basically the only reason why I would prefer that ROM hack is because you can revert from being your super form or hyper form in it. I'm just saying. Like in the original vanilla Sonic 3 and Knuckles game, once you collect 50 rings, and if you transform, you'll stay like that until the 50 rings or soul rings empty out. And that's not what I would and basically I don't want to interrupt the music within Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so I figured I would do a ROM hack of that instead. So that way I could always revert from transforming anytime I could, so that way you all could enjoy the music. But anyway, back on the topic on the Game Gear games, as much as I would want to try to do them in one attempt, I don't think I could because I kind of lack the skills. I mean, I've been playing Sonic games since the GameCube era, where I was first introduced to them in a Mega Collection. So that's my first experience to the Sonic series, and I've been a huge fan since. But really, the credit still goes all to Clement J64, who recorded the entire Sonic series. And I don't think I could afford buying the ones from back then because I would need to use eBay and all that kind of stuff. I know eBay is not always reliable, but again, if I want to do some recording for the old stuff, I'm gonna have to. But I do support the official release, don't get me wrong. Aside from that, I'm also an animator, as you saw in my first videos, and I have no idea how I managed to dodge being crushed there. Anyway, my point is, I'm also an animator, like you saw in my first few videos where I did an animation, but I figured I would also do a variety of stuff. Not just FNAF, not just Pokemon. I figured I would do a variety of other things in my recording, or try to at least. This way we all have something interesting to watch in this channel, especially me when I get to watching my old videos again. So this special stage I didn't cut out only because it's not as bad as getting the Dirt Chaos Emerald, because again, with the Dirt Chaos Emerald, it really irritates me. And I'm not sure why I'm not that good at getting the Dirt Emerald. I just hate trying to get through it. And if you're wondering, don't worry, I got the 2 emeralds from the last part of my recording to this. However, this is more of a new playthrough. But also I figured, since I'm doing a playthrough of this game only until I'm done with the Chaos Emeralds, where I do one act per, one zone per video. I promise you, after I'm done collecting all Chaos Emeralds, I'll try to do at least 2 zones per video. That way it won't be as long or as boring in trying to collect these Chaos Emeralds. I'm just letting you know that right now. Anyway, we're at Act 3 where the boss is Dr. Eggman, or as he was once known back in the 90s, Dr. Robotnik. But of course we have to get to the boss first. It's not just we're at the boss right then and there. Also, speaking of animations, what I used to make those first few videos, I use a program called MMD, or rather Miko Miko Dance. But I assure you, I'll give credit to those people who I use their models and also the porters to port them over to that program. Mainly because, well, to be honest, I did get in trouble with copyright issues, and I want to try to avoid that at all times now. Especially since I'm on my second strike. Again, I wasn't trying to say I owned all the stuff or anything. I was just doing that all for fun. But I'll be sure to credit anyone whenever I try making a video. That includes Source Filmmaker or any other animating program. Aside from Sonic, I also want to try to do some Pokemon reactions on Shiny Hunting. Like, maybe not do a long video, but maybe a 5-minute video on each reaction. Just so that way you all have something to watch on my reaction as I record my face cam with it. I'm not doing that with this game specifically, only because it's just a playthrough. Anyway, with that said, Act 3 we'll get the final 2 emeralds. On the next zone we'll get the final 2 emeralds, and that next part will be 2 zones. See you then.